wrong?
It's such an odd...
It's bad enough to be having an affair, but then to get caught by your dad while you're naked is a little weird.
Your dad who is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sawyer always getting hurt on Kate's behalf.
As soon as you're able to walk.
He's such a bitch. I love Sawyer just being Sawyer this episode.
Yeah, he's great right now.
Totally worth it.
That was the most badass I've ever seen Sawyer.
He's badass all the time.
Yeah.
What were you thinking? I couldn't help myself. You just look so damn cute swinging that pickaxe.
Smooth bastard.
And gang looks good on you, Freckles.
Sawyer?
If you do what I tell you when the time comes, I'll take you there. I will.
Don't trust him, Jack.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds Lost Season 3, Episode 2, The Glass Ballerina. Kevin, Kristen, Michael, and I are here to talk about everything with Sun and Jin in this part of their story. So, yeah, what did you guys think of The Glass Ballerina?
Sun is a liar. Who knew?
The Sun is a liar. I particularly love this episode because my least favorite character is nowhere to be seen. So I think it's great.
I also love this episode because I feel like we get a lot of stuff. Like, it's opening up so much more, but there's also like, Sun, what? What are you doing?
I was so confused.
I mean, I was going to talk about it more in the like favorite character section, but we get a lot of characters who are really complex. Like, they're on the bad guy side, but they do good things. They're on the good guy side, but they do bad things, right? Like, very, very interesting.
True. Kevin and I are going to have to find something else to argue about because no Locke and very little Jack. So all of our points of contention are not really going to be a part of the episode.
And the Jack stuff is like it's just the reveal of the timeline that like they have like Jack doesn't even do anything annoying. So
don't worry, I'm sure I'll say something to piss you guys off.
I'm sure you'll find something to complain about. Because you've got like a whole hour to figure out what you're going to say to annoy me.
We have to shut our cameras off at some point in the episode. It's like a mandate now.
For sure. I want to bring up, there's not very many fun facts, but Jake, do you want to do what we talked about first before we jump into it?
The warning, there's going to be, some sensitive topics touched on. So we just want you all to be aware and obviously call the suicide hotline if you're ever feeling, if you're feeling mentally in a hard spot. So
most definitely.
Yeah, this is a rough episode. There's a lot of heavy themes in this one.
Yeah, for sure. With that, we will not feel bad if you turn it off. We understand. But also stick with us because we're fun. Like, comment, subscribe, all the fun things. Anyway, all right, we have the numbers. Okay, we got the numbers on Jay's hotel room, 1516. And then on the metronome, when she is playing the piano as a little kid, it is 108 beats per minute. So fun numbers there. And
of course it is.
That is not something my unmusical ass would ever figure out.
No. Again, some of these are like, you have to like really be searching for them. But the only real fun fact I have for this episode is Ben mentions the date of when they are on the island, which was November 29th of 2004. So we got the actual date that was supposed to be in our timeline here. So now it's not like, oh, like we've been here for like 2 weeks. We've been here for this many days. Like we're getting like a fine-tuned timeline here.
If we can believe Ben.
I mean, things seem realistic. I mean, I'd have to fact check for Christopher.
It might be longer, but it's at least that long because all of those things in history that he referenced had to have happened. So
yeah.
It might be longer, but it's at least that long.
That's true. Good old Ben. Always doing something.
Yeah.
So shall we jump into this? You guys ready?
Yes.
All right. Well, we start this episode off with this glass ballerina just like falling from somewhere. We're trying to figure out what this is about to be, but it falls to the ground and shatters. We see a little girl run away. Obviously, the little girl has just broken this glass ballerina, and what this means, we have no idea yet. With that, We have one of our least favorite characters pop up. One of our horrible parents, Pike, has returned. And he comes in. Here's the thing about this moment. His daughter is terrified. Like, she is legit terrified.
Of course she is. Of course she
Right,
is.
because that man is terrifying.
She stops the piano. She backs up. She's like, "Oh shit, my dad's in here." And he asks her if she breaks this, and she immediately says, "No, it was the maid. I didn't do it. It was the maid." And he goes, "Okay, I'm gonna need you to really understand this, because if it is the maid, I'm firing her. Are you sure it was the maid?" And she's like, "Yep, totally the maid." It's like our first like take into Sun of being like
Imperfect.
You're not like perfect. What happened here?
Yeah.
But like, shame on the dad. Shame on the dad, because you knew it was her. You knew it was her.
Yeah. Well,
You knew it was her.
it's the thing where the kid is too scared to like admit that they did something wrong, because they don't know what the parent is going, or they know the parent is going to punish them, so like they don't want to
Yeah.
encounter that. But
It's all the dad's fault, is what we're saying.
Yeah. Yes.
I deal with
I'm
it all the time, but I also don't fire maids over it. I wish I had a maid to fire, but I would never fire her because I need her to clean my house.
Yeah, little lying son got a maid fired. She got a little bit of accountability there.
Right. But we get back over onto the island here, where Sun is splashing her face with cold water. She has the morning sickness. Of course, Jin comes to her rescue to check in on her. He's so attentive. Love this. But he's a little frustrated when she's like, "It's just morning sickness. It's okay." And he's like, "I'm done with this. We're done. We're done with this." And he comes out and is like, "It's time to go." She of course, is translating. Sayid's like, the fire may be blocked. Let's troll around and find a new place and things like that. Jin is instantly pissed off. He's like, "No, I said it's time to go. I meant it's time to go." And then this causes a rift and kind of an old Jin to come out with Sun. And she immediately is like, "Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now you've done pissed me off, and I'm pregnant in the hormones. It's not happening. I know how to sail." And we don't need him. And I love this moment that Jin's like, "Oh shit, I got played again." Like, it's like English all over again. But yeah, I want to stop here because this is our opening. I feel like we're going to have a little bit to talk about with Pike. And of course, all of us are shocked that Sun is again caught in a lie here. So where do we want to go with this? Jake, you first. Talk to us about this opening.
Yeah, So I was a little shocked because I didn't expect this coming from Sun. I did not think that she was going to be someone who would, cheat on Jin, as we're going to find out very shortly. But yeah, I think this.
We knew she was meeting with the man who was teaching her English. And
Well, I knew she was doing that,
flirty.
but I thought it was forced by her dad to be like, "Okay, you have to be with this guy," and then turns out that no, she's with Jin, and then her father ends up obviously using Jin for his own plans. So then he's like, "Okay, I'm okay with you marrying Jin at this point." So
Yeah, and she straight up said like that nothing happened. "You're the only man I've ever been with, Jin," was her words. Lies.
Well,
Lies.
how about that?
Right. I mean, listen, is it surprising? I would say it's surprising. Am I floored by it? I was not floored by it. Like, oh, Sun.
I think it's surprising that she chose him. Have you seen Jin?
yeah.
Why are you eating
listen.
burgers when you got steak at home, son?
I will take no disrespect for that beautiful man. Who provided us all the beefcake for this episode. I will not take any hate for him, Michael.
Really? Huh.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's kind of setting this up because we are so used to Sun being this like almost like perfect, like we've mentioned it so many times. She's the perfect nurse. She's always like there for people to talk to. She's just so like Sun, like never say anything bad about Sun. And now we're being set up
You
in this.
still don't say anything bad about Sun. That
I mean-
doesn't go away.
Well, we might. There might be a few, but
It's not a good episode for
when
her.
we get to the moment. But I mean, it's making an episode to make Sun the bad guy. It's like I did not expect this one. Like I didn't expect this one. So it's an interesting setup for sure.
But in this whole thing, it's the thing we've talked about. Kevin touched on it earlier as well. About this is a show about imperfect people, and yes, Sun has been portrayed as someone that's very sweet and light, and had a tough time, but she's just like everyone else on this show, and she has light and shade, and she is not perfect. And I think it's funny, we talked about in the previous episode, it was a very bad episode for Jack, him at his most paranoid, his worst. And this following on is like the worst we've seen Sun. It's like the season starting out showing us a real dark side of these characters that we've come to know and love.
I know, it's a little painful. It's a little painful.
Yeah.
Like prepare us for the ripping of the Band-Aid, please. We were not prepared for this. But like moving back into the episode here, we're getting Juliet bringing food to Jack. She's trying, like, I know you guys had thoughts on and feelings on Juliet, but I do, again, she's like, I made the soup myself. Like, I'm trying to open up a door here. Like, I understand if you don't like it. Stop it. I love Juliet. But with that, it is, again, like this manipulation thing that we've talked about. She's trying to get herself back in there. Jack is just not talking. He has no reason to talk. He's really done with this. But we see Juliet leave and knock on a door, and Ben opens to this room with like a bunch of monitors going on. Like, okay, Spy Ben, what's happening here? Like, this is a whole operation down here. And then we have another lady come in. Ben also has this moment of like, you never made soup for me. Okay, cringe, weird. But we have this other lady that comes down now. Her name is Colleen. And she's like, am I interrupting something? And like, she's kind of snooty about it. Juliet claps back so quick of like, does it matter if would it matter if you were? But she's informing that they have found Sayid and have found Jin and Sun. And he's like, okay, like we wanted them to find that village. And she's like, well, no, they have a boat. And he's like, well, we can't have that. And Juliet's like, who cares if they have a boat? Like, whatever, let them go sail around the island. But they are like, this is not happening. You see Ben trying to formulate a thought of like, how are we going to fix this? And he's like, how soon can you get a team together? She's like, I got this. Go. See you later. And then we get the moment out by the cages where another man who we are going to learn, his name is Danny, is coming to get Sawyer and Kate out of the cages. Sawyer, of course, is being adorable. He like wakes her up with the little like song and dance of the fish biscuit, and they're just being adorable as usual. More so him than her, but whatever.
My eyes can't roll back far enough. Oh my god.
This is where they'll start the fighting with me on that. But anyway, so Danny brings them out and he's like, here's your lunch. I need you to be strong and all that. And they start to walk away. And as they do that, Colleen walks up and she informs Danny that she's leaving. And you see that they are obviously maybe like a couple at this point, husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever they are, because they have a little like goodbye kiss on the cheek kind of thing. Sawyer is, again, he's over there like, I saw you, dude. And he's like, go to work. He's all mad.
Maybe they're just French.
Maybe.
so maybe they're just French.
I feel like we've had a little break and I've come in like ridiculous energy.
I wasn't prepared for that. But then we also get Sun and Jin talking back on the boat here. And they, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done this in front of Sayid. He's like, you shouldn't have done this at all. I'm your husband. They're having some little words here, but obviously this is going to bring us into our first flashback. Well, second flashback, I guess, but like Sun, where she is current timeline-esque. But she's in bed, naked, with the man. That is not Jin.
The way his head like pops up.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on?
He's like, hi, I'm here.
And then Kevin's face during it was just like,
because I was like 5 seconds ahead, so I was just waiting. I was just watching, like, okay, they saw it.
It is a very like they should have that we talk a lot about their cinematography and things like that was they should have probably reshot that one. That was
that was hilarious. It was great.
I think it's hilarious. I was like, are they gonna see it? They saw it.
But we hear him talk to Sun. They've obviously like been having an affair. He buys her some jewelry. She's like, this is great, but I can't wear it because like of Jin. He's like, I'm done sharing with you. I like, English. Let's go to America. Like, let's run away together. And she's like, Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Like, my dad, like Jin, like, all about that, right? And he's like, I don't care, like, I love you, blah, blah, blah. We have a knock at the door. The knock at the door, no one is expecting. And as he
Put
goes
your clothes on, people.
As he goes to answer it, the bellhop or somebody that obviously works for the hotel opens the door and he's like, "What are you doing? How dare you come in here?" Blah blah blah. Well, Mr. Pike walks in. Whew, the cringe in this moment. Like, one, you're getting caught cheating by your dad as you're still naked. This is like the worst of the worst case scenarios.
Listen, here's the thing to me though, son. Throughout this episode, we catch you get caught in several lies. So, like, ma'am, shouldn't you be prepared for this? You hear that door open, you roll off the other side of the bed so that no one sees you. So that when they come in and they look at the bed, it's empty. Like, come on, girl, stop getting yourself caught. I don't understand.
She wasn't prepared to get caught here, but Dad's like,
okay, but you hear the door open. The door opened. He didn't even have a chance. Half naked man didn't even get a chance to open the door. Someone else opened it. Shit. You roll off the bed and you are searching from behind the bed, like, are my clothes near here that I can throw on quickly, right? Like, that is what you were doing, son.
This is a man speaking that has had many examples, clearly, of having to hide.
That's exactly where I was going.
He has a whole system in place.
You roll, you search. Step
Listen,
one.
hopefully you got undressed near the bed and you can, like, discreetly grab those clothes without getting caught. And then
That's
when the
not
person,
how this is going. This is a hot and heavy affair. They were ripping clothes and throwing them
right?
everywhere.
No, I mean, unfortunately, they might be, and you might not be able to grab your bra without your dad seeing you. However, if you're lucky, it's nearby, and you can sneak it on. And when your dad comes around the corner and sees you laying on the ground next to the bed in your underwear, you can just be like, "I fell and my dress fell off."
I fell and my clothes fell off.
Right, like I tripped and did a somersault, and as I did that, the dress like popped off, and that just happened.
Right now, I'm literally crying that I fell and my clothes fell off. That's the
Right.
That's not how it works.
Listen. If she's gonna be this dumb to get caught this often, it's her own fault. She needs to be prepared. We know she's a liar. She needs to be prepared to lie more.
Oh my gosh! But yeah, I mean, obviously, he tells her get dressed and get home to your husband. This is unacceptable behavior. I'm gonna stop it here. Jake, walk us through, because obviously you brought this up earlier. We weren't expecting this whole like affair of it all. I mean, we honestly think it is the head just popping up out of nowhere that shocks everybody more so than the actual affair. But walk us through like even the stuff on the island here.
Yeah, so the stuff where the Sayid has this whole plan, we finally get to kind of see that start getting carried out. Building the fire, which we find out is really to just attract the others, not to send a signal to Jack, because they've been captured. So I think it's interesting that we're gonna slowly find out over the course of this episode what Sayid's true intentions are to get the others to come to them so they can ambush them and get more information. I mean, we obviously have seen that they literally had the leader of the others already taken. So, I mean, and they didn't get quite as much information out of him as they would have wanted. So, I don't know. But I think obviously
they didn't even get his name.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, exactly. Like, but I mean, I think they're thinking, okay, well, that was the leader. But if we get someone who's a little more, if we torture them a little bit, they'll be more willing to actually give information than the guy who is used to manipulating everybody. So, kind of my thoughts there on what's going on the island.
I thought an interesting thing, Jake, that you bring that up, his plan. We see the thing that Sayid says of, I'm going to take two of them so that I can make the one talk.
Right.
Which is parallel what's happening to Kate and Sawyer over where they are, right? Like that's how she gets Sawyer to stop his attack, right? Like that's like it's. I think there is a lot of fun like parallel going on. Like I said before, of like these are our heroes, but these heroes are not perfect, and like those are the villains. But actually, sometimes the villains do some nice things too. So like I think
make soup.
Like make homemade soup. She made homemade soup for him. That was so thoughtful. And he didn't even eat it. He left it.
He didn't even eat it.
Right? It was so disrespectful. She gave her water bottle to Sawyer and he just poured it. Like, so
I can't wait
But,
to
like-
get to Sassy Sawyer.
It's gonna be best.
I love sass, so me either. But like, I think we do see a lot of like overt and more subtle parallels of how like, yes, these two groups are not friends; they are enemies. And like, yes, we have our preferred side and we have like the bad guy side, but like maybe they're not so different after all. I like that.
Yeah, they're the good guys. They've already told us. I don't know why we're questioning it.
Why we're
Let's not get out of hand, but yeah.
I'm just taking them at their word. Yeah, I love the whole scene between the others discussing the boat, and like Ben can go so chilling in one sentence. Like when he says like, "Colleen, I want that boat," it's like, oh man, he can give you goosebumps.
That
And
music.
the cringe of him as well. Like, you didn't make soup for me. Like, oh, what's going on there? Like, it's so creepy. He can be scary, funny, creepy. He's got like the whole range.
yeah.
I do love that about Juliet. That Juliet does seem to have a bit of a like, I mean, yeah, I'm on this team, and yeah, like I'm working with them, but I actually hate these guys too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely some beef with Colleen and Juliet. Like, there's definitely
She definitely has a little bit of like, no, I did make you soup, and I'm not gonna make you soup.
Yeah,
I'm only making jack soup because you told me to.
Right.
but that music is super chilling, like the music cues and for Ben, and then just like yeah, I think it's funny that we all of a sudden are gonna get this new character in Colleen, and then it seemingly that we'll talk about her fate later in the episode. She kind of just gets brought in, to all of a sudden show that Sun is capable of more than we think.
Does this count as getting fridged? Like killing off the woman to advance the plot line of another character? Like, does this count as that?
Yeah.
Did you just use like terminology that the kids are using? Because I don't know that phrase.
Yeah, I don't know it either. I was just nodding along.
What?
It's a comic book thing.
Okay,
Jake
got
knows it. Jake gets it.
Yeah, I've heard the term fridging before.
It goes back to a comic book from like the 70s or 80s or something, where like they introduced one of like Green Lantern or something. I don't know, some character. They introduced his girlfriend, and then like very soon after that, they put her in the fridge, so she died, and it was just to like make him sad, to motivate him. So when you kill off a female character who like just to advance the plot of just the storyline of another character.
Yeah.
Your
I
fridge.
suppose it is, but it's advancing the plot of another female character, so maybe we can give it a pass.
I mean, all
Welcome
right.
to the new term.
Also, when I asked that, I didn't actually care enough to like get an explanation.
Oh my god! Shut up, Kristen. God, I can't stand you some days.
I have one more thing on this little section. I really like how Jin, he just loves Sun, and he's doing everything he can to protect her, but like he goes back to his worst traits when he's trying to protect her the most, and like when he's like, you shouldn't have disagreed with me at all. It's like he's come so far, but he backtracks so quickly when he's scared. He's scared that Sun's going to be in danger, and it's like he lets himself down and shows the worst side of him, but he's trying to help her. I just think it's interesting that he goes back to season 1 Jin in times like that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. All right, picking up right along because I can't wait to get to this next part. We get to this field of rocks, and one of you's got to break the rocks, the other one's gonna haul them. Sawyer is totally being Sawyer. He's like, "Got a question, boss? She got to ask a question." Like he's so on.
It's so funny.
It's honestly the most relatable Sawyer's ever been for me, because I would
agree.
also be like, "Oh, I can raise my hand and ask a question. I've got a question. Why are
I
you
love
like
that
this?"
the guy is like, if you need something, raise your hand. He's like, there's no questions. He's like, well, you just said to raise your hand. What? Like, Sawyer's like, he's not letting this up. But also, like, it's this moment of Kate's gonna stand up to this moment and be like, I'm not doing anything until you tell me about Jack. Well, Kate, keep your damn mouth shut because you're messing with my man. He's getting shocked. Like, leave him alone.
Shot? We don't even get a warning?
I know.
Shot.
This is to show the parallel. Oh my god! And she's just looking out for Jack. She's just being thoughtful. Why do you hate Kate?
Sawyer just gets put through so much pain
We're gonna get to it. She's making out with my man.
for Kate.
That's what it comes down to, 100%.
It's 100%.
That's what it is.
It's 100% that. But anyway, so of course we get these moments where and then he leaves it with like, when you're able to stand, you're gonna work. Like, it's so messed up. But also, what is this? I need to know more.
This is nothing work to me. This is just work to make them do work. Like, they're doing anything.
But it feels, because they have other people out there and they're not like, they seem to be like part of the others. So like, is this just like keep us busy, or is there a project here? I need to know more. So I love that this kind of opens up this moment to be like, what is this? Like, what are they doing?
Did you have any thoughts on that, Jake? Like, what are they getting them doing? Is it just busy work?
I don't know. I mean, and they're also, they're just making Kate just do work in a dress. I don't know. It's kind of like Cinderella. Like, they're just making her work.
I don't know. I mean this in the most like supportive way to Kate. I don't know how she didn't fall out of that dress. Like, please give her some clothes.
Yeah.
But also,
Please
can we
give her
take
clothes.
a moment to laugh at one of the best moments of Sawyer, this whole like Sawyer being Sawyer, when he's like, you don't have to work in the dress, you can take it off. And Sawyer's like,
Yeah, I love that. I love the.
and then he turns around, he's like, how dare you? That's
How dare you?
Love him so much. Oh my god. Well, going to our next flashback, we get Pike calling Jin in. I don't know about Jake when you were watching this for the first time. First time me watching this, I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna go and tell everything. This is gonna be a huge problem. What are you doing? Like, it's not your business, Dad. Like, not your business. Like, shut up. But no, he tells him that this man has stolen from him and he needs him to take care of it. And a message would not suffice. This is unacceptable behavior, or as Michael would say, heinous behavior. But this guy, and Jin's just like, I can't do this for you. Like, this is not what my job is. And he's like, your job is to do anything I freaking tell you to do, And he's like, then I don't think I can work for you anymore because this is not up my alley. And here comes the manipulation that we get from all kinds of characters here, that he goes up and he's like, you're my son. And Jin, of course, because he can't be with his dad, like instantly caves. He's like, oh my God, you called me son. Oh my God. Like, I hate it.
You're my son, and son's my son.
Son is my son too. No, but it's like he instantly is like, we have to, and then he changes it. Because at first it was like, this man has wronged my family. He's wronged me. But now he turns it after he calls him his son to be like, we have to get our family's honor back. Oh, talk about the manipulation. Horrible, horrible person. Cannot stand him. 0 stars. 0 stars.
What is the maybe, Michael? What is the maybe?
Because, I get where Michael's coming from. She is cheating.
No, I do find it fascinating how he chooses to deal with this. Like, he doesn't tell him that his wife is cheating on him. Like, it's definitely manipulation, and he's definitely a piece of shit, and I'm guaranteed it's going to be across the board easiest, worst character of the episode. But I do find it interesting that he does hold that back from him, and he's trying to deal with the situation in the crazy way that he deals with situations, but without breaking apart the marriage. So I do find it like a weird distinction where there is at least some semblance of feeling there. I realize I'm like bathed in sunlight.
I know. I was like, you're going to get blinded here.
Yeah, it's your golden hour. I mean, first of all, he reminds me. Do you know that scene in Men in Black where like the man is like filled with bugs and the bugs are like moving underneath, and that's what he reminds me of in the scene. That's what I see when I see Mr. Pike like screaming in this scene. Like, he's so disgusting to me. That's what I see. So we're gonna start with that. So I already think that this isn't interesting. This is evil. What evil thing are you doing? And like, to me, I think he's just manipulating Sun. Like, see, Jin cares about me. Why don't you care about me? See, like, now I have Jin on my side, and what are you gonna do about it? Nothing, because I can ruin your entire life. Because I'll tell him that you cheated on him, right? Like,
can you not come so close to the camera?
The creepiest Kevin has ever been.
That was because that man. That's how I saw him throughout that whole scene. I'm like, this man is disgusting. So I don't like him. There's not. It's not interesting. It's not.
Neither do
like,
I.
No, he's terrible. He sucks. He's just manipulating everybody.
We know this already. We've seen him already before. This isn't our first rodeo with Pike here. So.
No.
He turns sweet Jin into what Jin is now. So like, he's already
Sweet Jin. Jin's dad is so nice. They were just nice little fishermen.
Well, speaking of the fisherman, we get a moment where Jin goes back to his fisherman ways. He's down there getting ready to like make some nice fish dinner, and Sun calls out to him and tells him to come up. They've of course been sailing at this point, and they come across a dock. Sayid's like, "Oh, totally in shambles. Hasn't been used in years. Let's just like make the fire."
We know that dock.
Also, though, fun fact going back to when he has this new plan is like the first time I watched it, I didn't even think about this, but rewatching it and even this time again, I don't know about you, Jake, and I want to come back to you because we do know that we're gonna have a new plan here. Did you think that when he like had the revelation of like, oh, maybe they can't see the smoke, did you think that he already knew that they had been captured, or did you think he was just trying to find another place to build the fire?
I honestly thought Sayid might have some other underlying plan because it's Sayid. Like, he seems to know everything. Right. So I also forgot that they didn't see them get captured, actually. So I was trying to remember, so did they know that already? And no. So Sayid, I just ended up figuring that out. And so, no, I legitimately thought that there was some other motive for what Sayid was doing.
The three of them are very circular, like in how they go about like getting to the plan they get to, because like at first it's Jin. Jin's like, they're not coming. We need to leave. And Sun and Sayid are the ones who are like, no, like we told Jack we would be here. We have to be here. And that's when they're like, oh well, we don't actually need him to sail the boat. Like Sun, know how to sail the boat, so we'll be fine. So then like they keep going, but like they all kind of keep lying to each other, and like I can't tell when, because it seems like they all know. Yeah. But like, why don't you all just tell each other that you all know that they've been captured? I don't.
There's
like
no
it's
communication
very
on this show.
Right, we've talked about their communication issues.
My baseline assumption is that Sayid always knows. It's just he always
but,
knows. But let's not forget, Sayid also knows that Michael is compromised. So he has every reason to believe that maybe they've been captured, maybe this has gone wrong, because he knows that they can't trust Michael at this point.
So this is why, like I said, first time I watched, like I'm right there with Jake. Like, okay, he just is trying to maybe Jack can't see it, and he's just trying to get Jack because like this was the plan. But like the second time, and now all the times I've watched it before, when he's sitting there, because you see him looking at the map when like Jin comes up to him and is like, "We got to go," all these things, and this is where I think that he realized long before Jack has not shown up, because they were supposed to be heading north, so they weren't supposed to be that far away from each other, that I think he instantly realized when Jack hadn't shown up, and so he started formulating the plan. And then when Jin's like, bro, I'm done with this, we have to leave, he's like, oh shit, maybe the mountain's there, let's do another thing, because he's trying to like, he's been planning this all along. And I think that was where it's just a fun thing for me to see, like from when I first watched it, to being like, I think like that was the plan, and then he got caught, so then he had to like come up with some like bullshit of like, oh, maybe the mountain's blocking the smoke. You can clearly see that the smoke is above the mountain, Sayid. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's very like the whole time. Like, why don't they all just tell each other that they all know that they've been captured? Like, what? They all know. Like, what? But like, they all seem to be lying about it at different points, even to the point where like when they're making the fire later, he's like, I need you to lie to Jin. And Jin knows, because Jin understands what they're saying. And I'm like, why don't you just tell each other? Just talk to each other.
Well, we again back to communication, and they all suck at it. But anyway, so we get them at this dock. They get off. We get Sawyer admiring Kate, and I mean, I'm sure every man is wanting that dress to fly up a little bit more. Whatever. But we also get Alex coming up, and she's over here. She's like, hey, I need to know about Carl. Is he in the cages? And she's like, no, it's just Sawyer and I. And she's like, he wasn't even supposed to be in there. Where did they take him? Like, all these things. And Kate's so confused of like, okay, first of all, why are you talking to me? What's happening here?
Who the fuck is Carl?
Right. Like, I don't even know a Carl. Like, what's happening? And then she starts to ask these questions, to which she just shuts her down. She's like, where'd you get the dress? She's like, they made me wear it. She's like, what's mine? Have fun. You look good in it. See you later. Bye. Like, again, awkward. I'd be sitting there like, what just like, did I envision this? What just happened here?
This is also like, this is more like from a production perspective. This is not like a character thing that I'm thinking, but like how do these people watching them do this work that I don't even think is real work, that I personally think is just like making them do things just to like make them sweaty and tired and hungry and thirsty, right? Like why is Kate breaking rocks? This makes no sense, right?
Yeah.
And like how did no one see Alex come up to them? Like this whole like I don't think this is like a character thing. I think this is a production thing of like production was like we need them to like be doing work. So like let's have them do work. And I think production was like, we're just gonna have Alex show up. But like if you think about it for a second at all, you're like, this doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I think we can tell by Kate's face that this doesn't make any sense either. She's like, what is happening?
Well,
but Sawyer, you know, here's where everybody's favorite part is. Sawyer comes up.
Yeah.
He's like, what you doing over there, sweet cheeks, whatever. We get this whole moment of like, they're like, shut up, you know, whatever. We see Juliet's now down here as well. She gives over the water bottle, and Sawyer is like, fuck you and your water bottle. Like, I don't want your water. I'm dying of thirst, but I could care less about your water bottle. And
I love that similarity between Sawyer and Jack, by the way. They refuse.
The what?
They refuse to like be helped by these people.
Well,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
happened.
no, for sure.
They're basically
I'll
the same.
starve to death. I'll die from dehydration. Like, I'm good. Like, I
Sawyer
don't
and Jack are basically the same, Kristen. You should acknowledge that.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You shut your mouth. I'm shutting my camera off. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, you're right, Kevin. They're not the same. Jack's so much more interesting. Hi, Kristen.
The audacity. Okay, the audacity. This is heinous. This is heinous right here. This is heinous. Anyway, of course,
He's good comic relief, but nothing more.
oh my God.
I am appalled at your horrible reads on life.
Sorry. On life.
On life.
Because of
Because
Sawyer.
Sawyer is life. Do not make me go get my Sawyer shirt on. I swear to God, I will. Anyway, moving on. We get Sayid too. He is informing Sun of the plan. This is where Kevin's talking about their great communication skills here, where he's like, I need you to continue to lie to Jin because they've been captured. We have to get this fire lit. We got it. Like, and she's like, but like, why? If they're captured, like, what are we doing? He's like, oh no, we're capturing people. We are capturing people. I want them to come here. We're gonna take them down. Sun's like, I didn't sign up for this. I was just sailing. Like, I wasn't prepared for capturing people and all of the things. But she's like, okay, I guess. I guess I'll lie to my husband some more, which we already know that Jin wasn't being lied to. He knew all along. He knows English way better than we think he does. But it gets us over to our next flashback where Jin comes home after getting this news from Pike, and Sun is like, don't help him. Like, here's the thing too, we don't know exactly what this, she doesn't know, we know, but she doesn't know. All he basically is like, first of all, when he's like, your father called me in today, she immediately was like, oh shit. Abort mission. What's up? And he's like, your dad wants me to do something and it's not great, blah blah blah. She's like, well, don't help him. Like, don't help him. I wonder,
my
like,
boyfriend.
well, see, this is the thing. Does she think in this moment? Do we think that she thinks this?
100%.
I mean, I agree too. But I mean, she tells him not to do it. He's like, I have to do it. This is what it takes to be married to you. And she's like, oh, how dare you? What do you think it takes?
Like being married to you is a picnic.
But of course they fight and Jin leaves. She does try to stop him from leaving because maybe, like, if you're trying to get him not to kill your boyfriend, you shouldn't piss him off to like let him leave the house. But whatever, to each their own, son. To each their own. With that, we get Sayid back at the fire. This is where Jin is pissed, and he says, I've known all along. I know English. You guys are assholes, but I knew all along, so I didn't stop you anyway. Like, this is, again, Kevin's, like, the irony of it is, like, what? Why are you mad?
Just tell each other.
Why are you mad? But also, I love that he sent Sun to a timeout. He said, go to your room. You're grounded. Like, he's like, go to the boat. You're done. We're done today. You've already yelled at me in front of Sayid. Now you're lying to me. Get your ass on the boat. I'm done with you.
Go back to the boat. Go back to the boat. Eat the fish soup that's over there, and go sit in timeout. Think about what you've done.
Jake, I'm going to come to you. This is where I'm going to stop it for our discussion. We got some sassy Sawyer. We got Sayid and all these things. So walk us through your thoughts watching this for the first time.
Yeah, Sawyer being sassy was so much fun. I love when we get a smart ass sassy character. I grew up in a family of smart asses, so and Kevin. So
Yeah.
but yeah, so that part is always fun. And then yeah, the Sun and Jin stuff. I definitely think that Sun definitely assumed that that's what was going on. I think when we're gonna get to the other guy, that obviously he assumes that Jin is coming after him because of this. When Jin obviously has no idea. And so I find that interesting how they framed it this episode of like Pike's not going to tell Jin like why he wants this guy dead, like why this mission is. He's going to let Sun figure that out on her own and manipulate things to his liking. But you know, we knew the reason that Mr. Pike was sending Jin after this guy. So
For sure. Michael, Kevin, anything?
I will say, like, counteracting what I just said earlier, but I think this is like my favorite episode so far that we've had from Sawyer, because he's just so funny in this episode, and just that kind of being like not going along with what they want by being very helpful. It's like he's calling them boss. He's putting his hand up. It's so undermining. It's so funny. He's absolutely hilarious this entire episode, and I love it.
As someone with an attitude problem, I also love it.
yeah,
it's the perfect way to deal with it. It's been a little while since we recorded on the whole Alex scene. Do you remember the Carl in question, Jake, in the situation around Carl?
I don't remember why he, like, if we were told anything about why he was in there. I guess he said
you remember that was him. Okay.
Yes.
That's all we
did talk about it the last recording of episode 1 of season 3 and like who this guy was, but I don't know anything else.
I mean, well, there's not much more else to know.
I just didn't know if you remembered that Carl was the guy in the cage.
Yeah. I too think Sawyer is like he's just on par the entire time.
You like what Sawyer did in the episode? Shocking.
But like what to Michael's point though is like they're trying so hard to be mean. They're like, get to work. He's like, okay, boss. He's like, shut up, stop talking. Okay, boss. Like,
yeah, my favorite line is that he just yells at him to shut up.
He's just like, okay, like he's like. Normal people would think that this would get under their skin. Obviously, they've been captured. Like, you would think that they're wanting him to fight back, right? They want to shock. They want to be the bad guy here. But he's just like, I don't care. I'm watching Kate in her ass hoping is going to, like, come out of this dress. But he's living his best life right now. You can care less. Anything else on this section before we continue on?
I also think it's very interesting, again, to draw those parallels of them like watching, right? Like they're watching when, like Sawyer's watching when Colleen says goodbye, right? Like they're watching every little thing that the others are doing while holding them captive, which is very much what Henry Gale was doing, and like getting under the skin of Jack and Locke and everybody in the hatch. So I think that's a fun little parallel to draw.
And we'll get to it later that he's also observing very like acutely the dynamics in these people. He's very deliberate in what he's doing, and he'll talk about it later when we get to the cage. But it's not just being silly. He is kind of paying attention to who these people are and where their strengths
how they respond. And
this is where we're gonna. This is our next scene. Is he's gonna test that out, and then he's gonna tell Kate why he's testing this out. But he has that moment where, of course, Juliet has been there. He's over this. He looks over. And he sees Kate just struggling, and he thinks that this is the sexiest thing he's ever seen. Obviously, he hasn't met me, but he has. But not I meant but with that, he runs over to. Well, he doesn't want. He walks very manly and hot, and he walks over and grabs her and kisses her. Of course, this is where they're like, "Hey, oh my gosh, absolutely no kissing allowed. What are you doing?
No kissing at the work site."
So they go to punch him, and he grabs the rifle. He starts to like fight back. He is going against these people, and he's like, all right, I've got you where I want you. I've got the little like taser thing, which we find out how to safety. But then we hear James, and he turns around, and we have Juliet, of all people, Juliet, badass Juliet. She's got a gun to Kate. She's like, why are y'all fighting? Just point a gun at the woman he just kissed. Like, easy done. Like, we're done here. But see, again, macho men, smart women. What, I just got to throw it out there. Anyway, going back to Sun and Sayid, and Jin is now dark. We've got Sun back at the boat because she's been grounded. We have Sayid and Jin like hiding, ready to ambush these people because they're going to come investigate. And Sun hears something. She thinks so, maybe, okay, never mind. It's nothing. Let me continue on my way. Nope, she hears it again. And we see people start to board the boat. Woo, little creepy, these little footsteps here. But then we get our flashback where Jin is waiting for Jay. And he sees him appear, realizes that's the guy in the picture, and he follows him up to his room. Throws the poor guy his head. Talk about a concussion. We've talked about
threw him through many things. Through a door, threw him through a wall, through him through
first
a table.
one thing right off the bat is that wood door with the metal like plate. Like,
yeah.
I'm surprised 1516 wasn't implanted on his forehead. But anyway, we get into the hotel room where he's beating the crap out of Jay. He is like, you are never to do this, like whatever. He's like, you know what you did. But we made a joke here of Jin going, do you know why I'm here? Jin's literally has no idea. He's actually asking.
Yeah, actually, Jin, do you know why you're there? Do you know, Jin? Because I don't think you know.
And that, I mean, honestly, I was kind of thinking that Jin was like, I hope he tells me so I can actually find out why I'm here beating this guy up. But okay. And so he's like, I'm sorry, whatever. He's like, well, you know what I have to do. And he puts the gun to puts the pillow first and then the gun because we got to, make sure that people can't hear this gunshot. And then he's like begging, pleading, like, please. And we know that Jin does have a little bit of his normal good guy Jin self in there. And he's like, I can't do this. I cannot. This is not me. I can't do this. But you can't be here because if Pike finds out I didn't do the job, then I'm in trouble. So I need you to get out of here. He doesn't say it as nicely as I am, but he was like, get out. To the point where like he obviously scares this guy so badly, and obviously this guy is feeling so much shame. And this is where the sensitive topic comes in. So if this is your time, you need to leave the podcast right now. We will not have any hurt feelings. With that, I'm going to just take a minute in case they're trying to find their leave button.
Yeah, hit like and subscribe and then leave. And that's fine. We understand. We're not upset.
But now we see that he is, for whatever feelings that he's feeling, unless of course you're Kevin, he jumps from the hotel room and lands on Jin's car. Like, go figure of the irony in that lands on Jin's car, but he is holding the necklace that he has bought for Sun. And of course he dies. With that, of course, if you're Kevin and you're that weird lost person that thinks that there's another person up in the hotel room that pushed him, by all means, be wrong with Kevin. But
I don't think it's a crazy thing to think.
Right. I
just
thought
like
that
to give Kevin shit.
Since 2000, hold on, when did this episode air? 2006. I thought this was 2006. Like, I've always thought that.
I also honestly thought that might be the case because I just
not unheard of. I just like to give Kevin crap.
Yeah.
My gosh, you finally admitted it.
I'll always admit it. No, I mean, but it has been confirmed by like the show that is what has happened. But yes.
Okay.
I've always just like I didn't ask the question. That was just always what I thought happened. I thought they know, like Pike knows that Jin doesn't follow through on like the kill command. Right. So like he probably sent somebody behind Jin to make sure it was done. And that guy probably actually knew why he was there, unlike Jin. And that's why he had the necklace in his hand. That's what I always thought. It's fine. This is like a little theory from one little scene from like, I mean, I could be wrong. That's fine. But that's just always what I thought happened.
As well, it is a heavy topic and it is sad, but like, I think it's also a more powerful moment that it is what it is. Like that he clearly, we've seen in multiple flashbacks, like he really cared about Sun, but he's now in this position and he knows the shame in what he was doing, and to, be confronted with it all, and to have to be in that position and he feels like he's got no other option. It's so sad. Like, I don't think Jay is a bad guy. I just think he fell for someone and she was married and they made mistakes and it's cost him his life. But it's holding the necklace is so sad, but very poetic that he lands on Jin's car. Like, Jin's like, I just saved this guy. What the hell?
Right. No, I mean, this is a very, like, again, like Jake said at the beginning of the episode, if you are still watching, if you ever feel going with these feelings, please reach out to somebody, because I can't, the feeling of alone that Jay must have felt in this moment, because one, okay, I've been found out, like, I'm losing the love of my life. I have to leave. I can't live without her. Like, I just asked her to run away with me. So, like, and now her husband knows but doesn't know, and like, there is all this shame, right? Like, how do you go on, because you can't be with the woman who you love? You're feeling these things. I just feel so bad for him. Like Michael said, in this moment, he's got to feel so alone, so just ashamed, no point of moving on. And it's just a very tragic thing that's happened.
And also, he knows Mr. Pike, and he knows the reach he has. Like, where's he going to run? Like,
right.
This guy's not going to stop. Like, he's a dangerous man that wants him dead, you know?
Most definitely. Do you guys want to talk about Sawyer and his badassery, and then we'll move on?
Yeah, I wanted to mention that because, wow, that was just unexpected. Like, Sawyer just goes over, kisses Kate, and then just immediately starts fighting all these guys. And then we get another big guy with the beard. I wonder if the beard is actually real this time. So gets punched by him. Still gets up and still fights a little bit, and then obviously, you know, Juliet almost shooting Kate, or threatening to shoot Kate, is what stops him. But yeah, I mean, this is the most badass Sawyer has been since he grabbed the two guns, you know, in Outlaw, was it? So yeah, I really enjoyed this.
There's a new sheriff in town, and they just didn't realize it.
We have another parallel, because Juliet is holding Kate at gunpoint, and Sun is holding Colleen at gunpoint. But Sun is the one who actually pulls the trigger, not Juliet.
Also, Kate being held at gunpoint was how they stopped the last potential gunfight with light 'em up. So whenever the others are backed into a corner, just grab Kate and put a gun to her head.
Well, obviously,
put a gun to Kate.
She is the new useless and keeps getting in these predicaments where she gets a gun at her head.
I mean, at least Shannon didn't get brought up for once with useless.
She didn't.
Don't remind her.
No, I have a new Shannon. Her name is Kate.
Good God.
I won't. I do hate her. Like, stop making out with my man, though. Like, unacceptable behavior. But with that, I also blame Sawyer a little bit for that, because, like, you could have done another way. You don't have to put your beautiful lips on her. Like, it could have been me.
He's trying to be a hero in a romance novel.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll be him. Sawyer and I can make out later. It's fine. With that, we get to not Sawyer. Sorry, I've got Sawyer on the brain. Sayid and Jin, we're back where they are, and Sayid says, "I don't think that they're coming." And for once, we see that Sayid is not as prepared or knows everything like we thought he did, because he did not expect this one. Which Michael even said as they're watching, "They always come in from the water. What are you doing?" But we see Sun. She has heard these footsteps. They have now come onto the boat. And Colleen has come down, and I mean, Sun instantly is like, I also love that when Sayid's like, if they get past this, there's a gun, and she's like, if they get past you, it means my husband's dead, and I'm not going to care. But she doesn't know that they are dead, or like, you know what I mean? She still grabs that gun. She's like, all right, fine. I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight. But she does grab the gun and goes and hides, and she comes out to, you know, kind of confront Colleen here. Colleen has a lot of words for her. I know you. Calls her by name, not just name, full name. Like, you are not a killer. If I was Sun, I'd be like,
that's a dare at that point. That's a dare.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not? Oh, I'm not? Let me see how this trigger feels to pull, friend.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, yes, it's definitely a dare, because I, you know, for sure that type of person. But like, also, I think I'd be a little like too confused in that moment. Like, I think she probably would have had one up on me and been like, "How does she know my whole name?
Yeah.
Like, where did this come from?"
That's when I turn the gun sideways and I'm like, "Oh, really?"
I'll show you, Sun. But with that, we have the engine start, which kind of startles Sun. I don't think Sun was going to actually shoot her here. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think that Sun was actually going to shoot her. I think she got startled by the engine starting, and so her finger was on the trigger and pulled. But yeah, Colleen gets a good old shot. But this leads to then somebody hearing the shot that's on the boat, and they start shooting at Sun, which alerts to Sayid and Jin, and they are like, oh man, we didn't think about this. But Jin and Sayid book it. They're like, we have got to get to this boat. We've got to help Sun. Poor Jin again in this moment. He's like, I should have just done something. I should have just did it. I knew they were lying. I should have called them out. Now my wife is in danger. But he, like, after this little shootout on the situation here, he jumps into the water. Like, again, here's the like Kevin's talking about parallels. We got Michael trying screaming for Walt, and Jin's doing the same thing, screaming for Sun. Of course, he does not want to lose her. He said this before so many times that he does not want to lose her anymore. And I just feel for Jin here in this moment that he like knew better and still went along.
It's the second time Jin's been in the water while the others take a boat away from him. It's weird that happened to him twice.
Jin, stop getting your boat stolen. Jeez.
I know, poor Jin. But yeah, no, I mean, we see him jump in and they are going away with this boat. But that leads us to our last flashback of this episode where Sun is at Jay's funeral. And sorry, again, we already know Pike is a dick. Not only is he a dick that had caused all this, he shows up at the funeral too just to be like, I worked with that poor boy's father. He must have been so ashamed. Look at what you did to this poor boy, blah, 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 blah. He's so, like, you're mean.
This is the scene that made me think that it was, that it wasn't self-harm, that it was like that he had it done. Because he's like, yeah, must be unfortunate that he chose that. And I'm like, that man is evil.
This is why I think that this is another reason why people think that maybe there was somebody, because he's like, I was told he jumped, and it's like, so,
right.
You were?
And this poor young man, like that I worked with his dad, and what a shame. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, it's just, Pike is gross. But finishing this up here, also, I love that he's like, go home to your husband now. Again, just the digs keep coming from him. He's so mean. But we end this episode where that obviously Sayid is in the water. He thinks that Sun is gone, but she jumped off. She escaped the boat. Good for her. And she lands in the water, and so he's so happy that he has found her. But we've now made it back to the beach where he's covering her. I love Jen so much. He's so sweet. But Sayid walks up, and unlike Locke or Jack, he admits when he's wrong. I said this when we were watching it. And he goes, I'm so sorry, Jen. Next time I'll listen to you. I also do love that he tells Sun to be like, please convey to your husband. Like, he's not he just heard your whole plan and listen to it. I don't think he needs a translator anymore. But we also guess that this is where we get kind of this big part. I'm going to leave the Ben and Jack part out because I want to stop here because I want to get to Sawyer's thing here as well. Sawyer is now back at the cages, and of course he's being adorable again, and he talks out his plan. He's like, I wanted to see who had the fight, who was willing to go to the lengths of everything. We can definitely take some of these people. Next time they even get close, this is what I'm going to do. Remember that safety I told you about? But he goes into all these details. But one specific detail he brings up and make sure to bring up to Kate is that blonde chick. She would have definitely did it. These other ones, they haven't seen much of anything, but she's going to take you out. She was going to be the one. And that's why I had to drop everything. Because I can tell with this one. So with that, I won't stop here. And then we're going to get to Ben because I'm leaving this last little bit off about the spying part here because we're going to lead that into when he goes to Jack. But walk us through, Jake. Were you expecting this from Sawyer, or did you think he was just in the heat of the moment doing all this, or to find out that he had a whole plan behind it?
Well, Sawyer's another one where he comes up with these plans, not as in depth as Sayid, but he does come up with these plans. So I can see what he's thinking, but also I think him kissing Kate was pretty genuine because I feel like this is something that has been building up for.
How dare you bring up that horrible thing that's happened to me again?
This horrible thing that happened to you. You're insane. I love it.
But yeah, I think it's genuine. It's been building up for 2 seasons now. So I think it's about time at this point. I think the payoff was pretty good there. And I don't know. I like that Sawyer actually confirms his feelings for Kate a little bit. I mean, he continues to confirm them along the way, but this, yeah.
So, Jake, can I fill you in on a we don't need to talk about this. So part of the fandom of Lost discussions throughout the show, Jack and Kate, Sawyer and Kate, Team J, Team Skate. What are you on?
I'm on Team Skate.
I have said from the
How dare you, Jake? How
I have said from the beginning of watching it back in the day, I think Sawyer is the person that she's always been attracted to, and so therefore she is attracted to him again. But I think Jack is the person who is like the good person for her moving forward.
Yeah,
I've always,
you can leave my man alone. I'm for it.
so
Yeah,
I have always been team. Does that make me Jate?
Jade. We've gotten to the ship territory. Here we go.
Or Jack.
That's always been like, and I understand the attraction to Sawyer. I'm not like saying bad things about Sawyer or her and Sawyer together. I just think Jack was the better person for her moving forward. I think the interesting thing about this scene is not as much. I mean, yes, we know that Sawyer is like this little planner, and he's like a little mischievous, devious little idea maker. To me, the interesting thing is finding out that, like, oh wait, like these others are not who we thought they were. Like they have a safety on their taser. Like, like we know that Alex is like sneaking in the bushes to give messages to people. We know that Juliet is like giving out like homemade meals and water, and like also kicking Ben out of the book club without telling him, right? Like we're getting a much different picture. Like when we first met the others back when they took Walt, right? Like they seem like this like rough and gritty, like not a military, but like that type of like these people are well armed and dangerous, and like are they like Juliet's like sure, yeah, yes, she will kill Kate, but like Juliet's like just passive aggressively kicking Ben out of the book club, right? Like these guys don't even know how to fight. They don't know. Like when I was watching this, I thought he was going to pull the trigger on that gun and there's going to be no bullets in it. Like that's what I was expecting at that point. Like, are these people as dangerous as we thought they were?
I mean, the fact that they have a book club is surprising.
Right.
I think we've covered everything I wanted to say, but I can't let it go. Kristen said that Locke doesn't admit when he's wrong. The last time we saw Locke was him in the hatch saying, I was wrong, so shut up, Kristen.
I do not appreciate standing up for Locke, but I do appreciate telling Kristen to shut up, so I'll allow it.
Also, well, the last thing I'm going to say about this section before we move on is I am team Sawton. I guess if for like combining names Sawyer and Kristen, that would work for me. So,
oh my god.
You're the one giving stupid name. Who says, what do you even call him? I can't even. Jate? What is this? Anyway.
Jate and Skate. Where have you been?
Well, I don't like that, like, she gets the, like, majority of the name, so thumbs down. Anyway, moving on. Ben is, what I left off is that we hear Sawyer giving the plans of the next time this happens, yada, 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 here's my plan. And we zoom into where we see Ben is watching them on these monitors that we saw earlier. He's hearing all of this. So Sawyer, sorry about your luck, buddy. It's not going to work. He's got all of this planned out or heard all of your plans. Which again, like this, like opens up a whole nother thing of like, there's other monitors. Where are all these other spots too? Like we've seen this before in another hatch where they had the monitor situation. So like, is that like, Jake, I want to come to you first just on the monitor part before we get into the whole like Ben introducing himself thing. Do you feel like all the monitors are connected? Or do you feel like maybe one hatch has like a group that they watch, that this hatch has another group over here? What are your thoughts on these monitors?
I think they're all connected. I honestly think at one point the mail room was where they were keeping surveillance, and then it moved back to like their village. Maybe, I don't know. Like part of me thinks that, but again, I don't know for sure. So
Yeah. Michael, Kevin, anything you guys want to add about the monitors before I go into the Ben reveal?
Just that Ben is always watching.
Right. Is it like what came first, Ben or the monitors? Like did Ben have them installed, or does Ben know everything because he found them?
Who knows? But we get into this moment where Ben comes in to introduce himself or have a chat with Jack. I made the joke that he like has his little pull-out folding chair that he brings in, his little director's chair. But he talks to Jack here a little bit. He's like, "Hey, fun fact, a week ago we were opposite positions. That was fun, right? Remember that?" Jack also.
I'd be so mad if I was Jack. I would have been so pissed at that.
Jack is having nothing to. He's like, whatever. I hate you. But he's going into a lot of these like things about this, like you, like we can do a lot of things for you if you cooperate. We can send you home. He's like, yeah, where you sent Michael and Walt. He's like, yeah, we are the good guys here. I've been trying to tell you. To which he goes, you know what? I'm so sorry. I'm so rude. I've never actually formally introduced myself because I was Henry Gale for the longest time and I forgot. I am Benjamin Linus and I've lived here my entire life.
My entire life.
Right. Interesting fact. Okay. Now we were getting some more timeline things here. So he then goes on to inform Jack, like, we can do things like we have outside connections. He's like, you are so full of crap. I'm not believing any of your crap. I've been with Locke for so long that I'm not believing anything. But with that, he brings up
Michael was like catching strays out of nowhere.
It's not even in the episode. What?
I know. Like I said, give it time and you guys would have that moment. Anyway, but with that, he's like, I don't believe anything you're saying. Like, you're stuck here just like us. There's no way, like, whatever, fine, you got these, like, fun, like, cages and stuff, but, like, I don't believe a thing you're saying. He goes, well, no, like, since you guys have crashed here, we've got, the election of George W. Bush again. We've got Christopher Reeves dying, and the Red Sox won the series. And he's like, okay, you're an idiot. You messed up here. If you wanted me to believe you, the Red Sox would not have won. You got to use a different team because it is famous that they are.
This is good writing because this was in season 1. This was the thing that his dad said, like when the Sox win the series.
Yes.
I didn't even hear that.
But also, like, you got to also imagine, like, they didn't envision the Red Sox actually winning the series when they wrote season 1. So it's just, like, how perfect did this work out? But, yeah, I mean, he's like, you're an idiot. Like, that's where I caught you in your lie because, like, you obviously are stuck here with no communication because you don't know how bad the Red Sox are. And he goes, no, like, they had a whole comeback kid story. Like, it's great. He's like, whatever. I'm done with you. Goodbye. He goes, all right, let's turn on this TV that I had somebody like random Joe Schmo come in and bring in here. And so he plays the Red Sox, like fans have longed to hear the Red Sox have won the series. Like, also, can you imagine being in this moment to being like the Red, because this is a famous thing. The Red Sox have been, up until that moment, it has been very famously known that the Red Sox do not win the series because they are that bad. Like, it's a well-known fact.
Well, and it was like an unlucky thing too. Like, even when they had good seasons, they still didn't win.
Right.
Like,
yeah, there's a whole curse about it. Yeah, there's a whole thing. You had to be there in 2004. I don't know what to tell you guys. If you don't know the whole like Boston Red Sox story, go look it up. It's kind of a fascinating story. Anyway, but just to see Jack's face, like he's sitting in a corner, zero interest in what he has to say, laughing at him, to him being so shocked that he like stands up like this, like, oh my gosh, what am I watching right now? This is insane. And I just think that's such a moment. But then of course, Ben has to have the final say of being like, well, we're going to, wait for further instructions and we'll see what we can do for you. We'll get you home. And I love that it just like leaves it of like, but wait, can you actually get them home? Because like now you're showing us proof, but like, where's all this coming from? So Jake, I want to come straight to you because do you think that Walt, like this obviously has been brought up by Jack, do you think Walt and Michael got home? Do you think that they followed through with that? Do you think they just put them somewhere to nowhere? Do you believe Jack here in this moment that they're full of crap, or do you think that they actually have ways to do this?
I do think they have connections. I don't know what actually happened to Michael and Walt. I don't know where else you can go with those characters, just because I think Michael's pretty unforgivable at this point as to what he did. So I don't. They could have gotten home all right, because then they don't really have much else for them to do other than, okay, what did they do with Walt when he was there? That's the only thing I can think of what we don't know. But as far as moving forward, I'm just not sure what else they could do. So I believe that they're telling most of the truth, or maybe exaggerating the truth, maybe just a little, but I do believe that they have connections.
So the whole Red Sox thing, like, I don't know much about. Is it baseball? I don't even know what the sport is, but I
It
know
is in fact called baseball. Yes.
Yeah.
You sweet summer child.
But I knew about it because of Lost. But yeah, the whole Red Sox thing, it's so wild to me that this just worked out so perfectly. So to kind of remind you as well, Jake, so that phrase, Red Sox will never win the series, was what caused Sawyer to connect. That, oh, the guy I spoke to in the bar was, yeah, because Jack says it, and he's like, oh, that's what that guy in the bar says. So
I remember that now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's a lot.
And that was
yeah.
For you non-Americans and you children who were too young at the time, like, that was a phrase that people used. Like, that was a common thing. Like,
it wasn't just Jack's dad coming up with that was an actual phrase.
Like, people, like, that'll happen. Like, there was, like, what was it? I think it was.
It's the equivalent is like when pigs fly, when hell freezes.
Right, when pigs fly, like,
that's like something you would
very
say.
much that type of statement. Yeah. So it was a common thing at the time to say, like, when the Sox win the series.
Yeah. So but it really is just incredible of how, like, they did not know that the Red Sox were going to win the series when they were writing that, which is insane. So
did they? Did it happen soon enough after? Like, could they have worked that in? I'll look that up. You keep talking. I'll look that up.
I mean, they could have, like, after it happened, they could have just decided to add that in.
You keep talking. I'm going to look it up.
So on the whole Ben thing, I find it really interesting. First of all, can we just say we can finally call him the great Benjamin Linus has arrived on the show. We now have a surname as well. When he's talking to Jack, he kind of stumbles and almost gives something away. Where his line, he says, "I want for you to change your," and he's clearly about to say attitude, and then he changes the perspective. There's a big difference between change your attitude and change your perspective. And I just find that so interesting that he's clearly trying to get Jack to, open up to him and see him as not the bad guy. But he very clearly says, there's something you have to do. We're not just going to send you home. When the time is right, we will tell you why you're here and what you need to do. And then we will send you home. And I just love also the visual of Jack's been on this island for, 6 to 9 days, they say, and just seeing home, seeing like a clip from a TV, like through a TV of home. It's such a powerful moment. And like Jack's face is so good. I just love that whole scene. And I love that he doesn't shake his hand saying, "You're not going to shake, Jack?"
He's too proud. He's like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's definitely, I just think that that's also a really emotional moment. Not like one scene home, but then also we already know the connection to his dad with the Red Sox and things like that too. So there's just a lot of emotion just in that last little, minute and a half. Like, it's just crazy to think about that. Kevin, did you find what you wanted to find?
Okay, so that World Series that they won in 2004 was in October. So October 23rd to the 27th of 2004. So because the show had just started, that is something they could have rewritten a script and reshot really quickly to get that in. It could have been.
I'm thinking, it definitely could have been. I'm just thinking, obviously a script and all that they're filming is way before that happened. So because you didn't have to use the Red Sox at all. You didn't even have to put that in the timeline for any of these characters. But for it to obviously happen after that, it's definitely something that obviously this scene hasn't happened, but maybe they decide to make that the saying that Christian says. But I feel like that would not be accurate because it's been said a lot throughout. So I feel like they would have had to reshoot a lot of scenes. So I feel like it just happened to work out for them. Anyway, that's it. That's Glass Ballerina, favorite, least favorite, and all the other jazz, the rankings.
All right. Yeah. So I think they're pretty easy for me. Favorite, I'll go with Sawyer because smartass. He's really funny this episode. And least favorite, Mr. Pike, of course, because screw that guy. All right.
Yeah, I think it's maybe the most obvious favorite and least, like, this is the best we've seen Sawyer, and this is Mr. Pike at his worst. Like, Sawyer was I love that last scene with Ben, but like throughout the episode, Sawyer was fantastic. So I'm in agreement. Sawyer's the best, and Mr. Pike and just leave.
There's like no words. He's
Mr. Pike, aka the man from Men in Black, filled with roaches. He's the worst. I hate him. For me, okay, I do love Sawyer. I'm not knocking Sawyer at all. I think the similar story of Juliet and Sun in this episode is very interesting. So of the two, I have picked Sun before, so I will pick Juliet this time. Just because I think that parallel of like they're both like Juliet is on the bad guy team, but she does good things, and Sun is on the good guy team, but she does bad things, and like they both are holding someone at gunpoint.
She gave Sawyer water. She gave soup. She's being nice.
Listen, I'm just saying. I mean, she kicked Ben out of the book club in the last episode, and like, if someone deserves to get kicked out of the book club, it's Ben. So, I find that like very interesting and very like intriguing. So I mean, I'll pick Juliet because I wasn't here to pick her last time.
And least favorite is Pike, obviously.
Oh yeah, it's Pike.
Okay. Favorite character, obviously, no surprise, Sawyer, guys. Like, come on. Least favorite, Kate. Stop making out with my man.
Over Mr. Pike.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. 100%.
Okay. Well,
no, I'm definitely not gonna woman shame, like, because people do that all the time. Like, oh, maybe if they weren't dressed like that, then like, I'm not that type of person. It is Pike. I had to throw out the Kate.
Thank God for that. We were judging you so hard.
I had to keep you guys going for a second to be like, is she full of it or is she...
I don't think that you're woman shaming. I think that you are anyone who isn't you kissing Sawyer shaming.
Absolutely.
All right. We pulling up our episode rankings, and here they are. As you can see, Michael, you want to go through them for us?
Yeah, we have our overall top episodes of Exodus, Live Together, Die Alone, Lockdown, Walkabout, Orientation, Man of Science, Man of Faith, Two for the Road, The Long Con, The Pilot, and Do No Harm. And for season 3, we've only got one, Tale of Two Cities.
Yes.
So I guess, is it better or worse than last week?
Ooh.
It's worse because Sawyer was making out with somebody else.
No, I would say this is a good episode. I don't think that it is a top 10 overall episode. Like, even like looking at Do No Harm, like this isn't better than Do No Harm.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Like, we do get smartass Sawyer, we do get Ben at the end, but I do feel like Do No Harm, I felt like there were more personal stakes in that episode than, I mean, this one had some as well, of course, but I think Do No Harm was, you had more of an interest in hoping that Boone survived, and so
I do think there's fun things with Sawyer in this episode especially, and I think the comparing the two sides and how they're kind of like on parallel trajectories doing similar things, I think all that is interesting. But like the circular, like they're all lying to each other for no reason situation going on the boat, I would say therefore I would put this at number 2 below Tale of Two Cities.
yeah, I would as well.
Like, it's fun, but like it's not, and it's good, but it's not like the reveal when that room, that hallway starts to fill with water.
Yeah.
God.
I mean, I agree with you guys. I wouldn't argue either way if like we decided to put it above it or not. I think that we were anticipating the others so much that's what I feel like makes Tale of Two Cities so great.
Yeah.
Especially we're 2 episodes in. So that's why I would fight a little bit more for Tale of Two Cities to be number one, but I would be fine putting it wherever. But it's just the anticipation of learning about the others for me. Michael?
I think actually overall, I think this is the stronger episode. I think all the Sun Jin stuff is really good. I love badass Sayid and Jin coming together. I really like the ending scene, and Sawyer at his absolute best. I think overall it's stronger, whereas Tale of Two Cities was a lot of people in cages, and it's the anticipation of what's to come. But I think I'm happy with it to go below it because the scene of the others' town and the plane breaking up overhead is such an iconic scene.
Yeah.
I don't think I can just because I really enjoyed Sawyer. So yeah, I'm happy to put it just below, but not in the top 10.
All right.
Don't worry, there'll be plenty more Sawyer.
All right. So
will there?
Well, as you guys can see, Glass Ballerina is now number 2, did not get added to the top 10. So that is the episode rankings for the week. I'll let you guys get to your spoiler section for this episode, and we will be back next week for season 3, episode 3. So like, comment, share, subscribe, most importantly, all that good stuff. And again, if you need help, please go get help that you may need. We will see you all next time on the Tribe of Nerds.
Such a mock.
He's not even in the episode.
Hello, everyone. We are here for the spoiler section of the Glass Ballerina. I almost said Glass Slipper. That's Cinderella. That's not where we're at. We're the Glass Ballerina. But we spoil everything. So if you've not seen Lost in its entirety, this is your chance. Get out, but like, comment, subscribe on the way out. Go.
Hit like, leave a comment, hit subscribe, and then
leave.
No spoiler comments, though. No spoiler comments. Anyway.
If it's gonna be a spoiler, dot, 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 dot. And then your comment.
With that, we have the Glass Ballerina, guys. Kick us off. What do we want to spoil first?
Maybe the task that Jack is going to be asked to do. The thing that we are left like, what do you want to do? What do you want me to do? What do you want from me? He wants you to perform surgery on him, Jack, because what's the line is like, it's, I don't know if it's exactly, but it's like, I found out that I had a tumor on my spine and then a spinal surgeon dropped from the sky.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Which is, like, that's going to be a whole episode.
Ben's saying, like, do you believe in God, Jack? It's like two days after I found out I had a spinal tumor, a spinal surgeon fell out of the sky. It's like,
yeah.
Right. Yeah. Very John Locke of him. Like, oh, it's just what the island wanted.
They're very similar characters.
But also, I mean, bringing this up again, like, I mean, how did you get cancer when this island cures cancer?
The island does not care that much about Ben. We're going to learn this.
We learned that a lot. It does not care.
The island gets to be to a point where it's like, you know what? We've done enough for you, Ben. We're over you.
We saved you once, and now you're the punching bag.
Right. But also, another spoiler to this is Ben said he has been here his entire life. That is not, well, I mean, it's somewhat true. He was not born here. He does say that eventually, too. Like, he was born on this island. Nobody else can say that. But he's somewhat not lying to Jack in this moment that he has been here, because he's been here for the most, like, majority of his life.
He's been there for
when he's like,
for the and I mean, if you're counting from the time that he came back to life.
Sure.
This entire life.
This entire life, I guess. Yes, for sure.
Yeah,
but
he might not even remember that he was lying. I mean, he does, because he later says that he was lying. But yeah, he wasn't born on the island, but he's been there since he was a little kid.
Yeah,
he
like
was
12
reborn on the island.
Reborn on the island, yes. But yeah, I mean, we also are gonna get some Juliet in here. We love a good Juliet moment. She is a badass. She would totally shoot Kate, and I mean, right there with you. Right there with you, Juliet. But no, Juliet.
Hang on. You're defending, like, yeah, Juliet shoot Kate. Remind me who ends up with Sawyer?
That's fine. They can. It's acceptable.
It's acceptable for Juliet, but not for Kate?
No, it's really not, because I just don't like it either. But I like it better than Kate, because I just don't like Kate. But I don't like anybody with my man, so it's fine. But I do
want
like
to die alone.
It's fine. It's
what she wants.
But fun fact about Juliet, though, is she is not actually a bad guy. She is actually over their shit. We are getting glimpses of that, but we are going to get to coming up where she's going to have a full-on like video about this. But she eventually comes over to join our good guys, and like she's well over their shit.
She's also over Ben's shit, just like the rest of the island. She's over him. And like watching this when he's like, yeah, you do what I ask and I'll send you home. Like, you've been promising that to Juliet for years.
Yeah. But also,
Literally, yes.
What's crazy though about like when all this happens that day that the plane crashes and everything, he like dangles her sister who she thought was dead like in front of her. Like I think that she's very genuine in all of this stuff with Jack. I don't think any of this is manipulation. I think this is like, I really want to be your friend, so you can get me the hell out of here.
Oh, I think yes. Ben, no.
Ben is yes, 100%. But I think Juliet from the very beginning was like, oh, it's my ticket out of here. At least maybe not off the island, but my ticket out of this hellhole that I'm living in. But yeah.
Yeah, her boyfriend's been killed. She's been held against her will. She was meant to be there for like a few weeks. It's been hell for Juliet.
Yeah.
She thought she was going to Portland.
Right? They're like, we're going to Portland. Actually, we're not.
This episode also plants the seed tied to Juliet of like one of the most heartbreaking but sweet moments in the show, where we find out that this is in fact Jin's baby, and if Sun stays on the island, she's going to die. And we're relieved because we love Sun and Jin, but then mortified because that means that Sun is gonna die.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't want the baby to have male pattern baldness, so it works out.
He'd be like
He
popping his little
shakes
head
his
up.
head.
Hello,
Uh,
mommy. Oh my
I don't know
god.
why you guys hate on that guy so much. He's just a guy.
It's just a guy.
He's just a guy.
It's just a guy.
He's a guy with good abs. Like, I don't understand. What do we hate him for?
That. I wish I had good abs.
Well, we don't hate on Jen for having good abs.
Because he's so sweet.
This is like the Juliet and Kate thing right here. Anyway, anything else that we want to spoil?
I'm good.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything, because we're also gonna be spoiling way more stuff later on. But
We get Joan Locke next episode. Yeah.
happy day.
I mean, Colleen is really dead. She does really die as a result of...
Well, she doesn't die because they bring in Jack to try and fix her.
Right.
So she's not
But-
dead yet. She's not dead yet.
She does really die as a result of Sun shooting her.
Yes, correct. And will they go to war over it?
No, really.
They don't.
I never...
They don't give a shit about Colleen.
No. That was always just Colleen, like, doing another's manipulation of, like, well... if
I mean,
you
the
don't
war
hurt
happened
us, we
with
will hurt
Danny, but not the others, because Danny tries to almost kill my man.
Oof.
Fucking Danny, man. Don't worry, I'll be yelling at him later. Anyway. Well, with that, like, comment, subscribe again. Like, comment, subscribe. Keep joining us for Lost. We have a lot of fun with this. But also message us too. Like, if you want to ask us something, we will talk about it on the podcast. If there was something that you saw in an episode, didn't understand it, we will do our best to explain it. But yeah, until next time, we'll see you guys later on the Tribe of Nerds After Jake podcast. Bye.
Adios.